It's Monday, July 28th, AD 2025. This is the World View in 5 minutes, written by yours truly and heard on 140 radio stations and at theworldview.com. I'm Adam McManus. 7 bodies of evangelical Christians and a relative to one of the victims were found on July 1st in a mass shallow grave in Guaviare, Colombia, reports International Christian Concern. In April, the Frente Armando Rios, an illegal armed group that has been known to restrict freedom of religion, summoned the 8 victims to interrogate them about a rival armed group. The 8 people were reported missing shortly after the interrogation. It was especially tragic because the victims were members of the Evangelical Alliance of Colombia and the Foursquare Gospel Church, who were providing humanitarian aid in the area. Ahead of the August 1st deadline for the European Union to agree to a trade deal with the United States, President Donald Trump hammered out a major trade deal with the European Union, comprised of 27 countries, that he announced Sunday afternoon in Edinburgh, Scotland, reports RedState.com. Before the meeting with European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, Trump pledged to change what he characterized as a, quote, very one-sided transaction, very unfair to the United States, end quote.
We've reached a deal. It's a giant deal with lots of countries. The European Union is going to agree to purchase from the United States $750 billion worth of energy. They are going to agree to invest into the United States $600 billion more than they're investing already. So they're investing a large amount of money, but they're going to invest an additional $600 billion. They're agreeing to open up their countries to trade at zero tariff. So that's a very big factor. And they're agreeing to purchase a vast amount of military equipment. We are agreeing that the tariff straight across for automobiles will be a straight across tariff of 15%. I think it's the biggest deal ever made. Thank you very much.
The zero tariff was applicable to all aircraft and component parts, certain chemicals, certain generic drugs, semiconductor equipment, some agricultural products, natural resources, and critical raw materials. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen agreed that it was an impressive deal, which was tough to negotiate, noted the Associated Press.
We have a trade deal between the 2 largest economies in the world, and it's a big deal. It's a huge deal. It will bring stability. It will bring predictability. That's very important for our businesses on both sides of the Atlantic. The investments Mr. President just described that are going to go to the United States and the purchases over there. The European market is open. It's 450 million people. So it's a good deal. It's a huge deal.
Yeah.
With tough negotiations. I knew it at the beginning, and it was indeed very tough, but we came to good conclusions for both sides. So again, congratulations and many thanks.
Trump did not give a specific amount that the EU countries would spend on military equipment, saying that there was not a firm number in the deal, but that it would be, quote, hundreds of billions of dollars worth of military equipment, end quote. The agreement for the European Union to purchase $750 billion worth of energy from the United States changes the state of political affairs globally, since it makes European Union countries less dependent on Russia for energy and takes lots of money out of the pockets of Vladimir Putin and Russian and Ukrainian oligarchs. Von der Leyen said the deal was necessary to rebalance trade between the European Union and the United States. Trans-identified male athletes have stolen over 1,900 gold medals from women and girls, according to a recent report released by Concerned Women for America, reports the Christian Post. The conservative advocacy group's report, released earlier this month, compiled data of recorded instances dating back to the 1980s of men competing in female-only events. In addition to the 1,941 gold medals won by male athletes in women-only competitions, they also claimed nearly $500,000 in prize money by competing in women's sports. In California alone, over 521 women and girls were forced to settle for silver medals after being defeated by male athletes pretending to be female. According to the Concerned Women for America report, men identifying as women have competed in more than 10,067 female sports events, both amateur and professional. The report also listed the national governing bodies that presided over competitions where men defeated female athletes, including the National Collegiate Athletic Association, multiple categories within the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee, and several state intercollegiate athletic associations. Penny Nance, president of Concerned Women for America, said, quote, "For too long, trans-identifying males have displaced, disrupted, and injured women and girls in female sports categories. Our research reveals the shocking truth of the matter. Over 1,900 women have come in second place to men who claim to be women. This is outrageously unjust. Women and girls must have sex-protected athletics under Title IX." End quote. In Matthew 19:4, Jesus asked, "Have you not read that at the beginning the Creator made them male and female?" On Saturday afternoon, 11 people were stabbed in a Michigan Walmart before the madman was detained by a few Marines and bystanders, reports One American News. The suspect, identified as 42-year-old Bradford James Gill, is expected to face terrorism and assault charges. Gill allegedly entered the Walmart in Traverse City, Michigan, at around 4:10 p.m. on Saturday and attacked shoppers and one employee with a folding knife at around 4:45 p.m. in the checkout area of the store. Law enforcement responded within 3 minutes of an emergency 911 call, while a group of bystanders detained Gill in the parking lot. Specifically, 39-year-old Matt Kolakowski, a former U.S. Marine, had stopped at the Walmart for weekend supplies while on a family vacation when the stabbing occurred. He thought to himself, quote, "Well, I don't got no weapon, so what am I going to do?" So I just grabbed an empty grocery cart and just took off after him as hard as I could, end quote. The suspect, who was overheard describing people in Walmart as evil, stabbed a man and an elderly woman while fleeing from the store. Kolakowski was eventually able to ram the suspect with the shopping cart. A pursuit ensued into the parking lot. Another Marine, Derek Perry, who had just come from the firing range, still had his gun on his hip. When he pulled it on the stabber, the suspect dropped the knife. And finally, the Planned Parenthood abortion business is closing more centers, with another 5 closing in Northern California, thanks to the defunding bill President Trump signed that took $300 million in taxpayer money away from the abortion giant, reports Life News. The One Big Beautiful Bill, signed by President Donald Trump earlier this month, prohibits Medicaid reimbursements for nonprofit health clinics that kill babies and receive more than $800,000 in federal funding annually, effectively cutting off federal support for California's 114 Planned Parenthood abortion mills. Ephesians 5:11 says, "Take no part in the unfruitful works of darkness, but instead expose them." Or in this case, defund them. And that's the worldview on this Monday, July 28th in the year of our Lord 2025. Follow us on X or subscribe for free by Spotify, Amazon Music, or by iTunes or email to our unique Christian newscast at theworldview.com. I'm Adam McManus. Seize the day for Jesus Christ.